Hi there and welcome. In this presentation, we're excited to introduce you to Near Me Booster, our powerful local SEO service designed to help businesses stand out in Google's local search results. We'll be walking you through exactly how it works using dentists in San Jose, California as our example. But keep in mind, while we're focusing on dentists today, this service is perfect for any local business anywhere, looking to increase visibility, drive more calls, and attract high-quality leads from their surrounding area. Let's get started. Google has a lot of firepower where it comes to sending potential clients, and being on the top of the local ranking is one of the most important things. Just to make sure we're aligned, did you ever do a near me search or a local search? For example, what I'm showing you right now is a search that I did in San Jose, dentist near me, and these are the dentists that I'm getting, and we want you to be on top of those searches in your area. The top 3 are getting 40+% of all the traffic. We want you to be at least in the top 5, but most of the time in the top 3 on the 7x7 mile grid, which means anybody 3 to 4 miles from your office who is searching for dentists near them are going to find you on top. Or we can talk about other keywords that you have, like dental implant and other keywords. Does that make sense to you? Why would that be powerful? Did you ever do a near me search yourself? Or, search something locally, right? We all do, right? So, it's super powerful. Here are some statistics about why it's critical to making your Google profile top. And the Google profile is what I just showed you on the left. When you click on one of those, it will open a profile, and it's called Google Business Profile, or GBP. It has a lot of information about your business. You probably already have a Google Business Profile, right? It's critical because the more traffic that Google Profile is getting, the more phone calls and leads you're going to get, okay? Here's a little bit of statistics. Google Business Profile listing shows up in 93% of searches with local intent, right? So anybody searching for a dentist near me, dentist San Jose, just dentist by itself, a dental implant near me, dental implant San Jose, anybody who is interested in any dentist keywords, 93% of these searches are going to have local intent. That means a Google Business Profile will show up. That's the map that I just showed you, or the 3-pack that shows in the desktop search. 92% of searches will pick business on the first page of local search results, and usually the top 3. 78% of location-based mobile searches result in an offline purchase. Just so you understand these stats, this means, unlike advertising that you might be doing, unlike other marketing tactics that you might be using, 78% of location-based mobile searches, meaning almost 8 people out of 10 that would search for dentist San Jose or dentist near me via their mobile phone, will book with a dentist. 8 out of 10, that's a huge number. That means this is not just a way to get more traffic, it's a way to get more high-quality buyers traffic very, very quickly. Okay, 72% of local searches visit the business within 5 miles, right? What does that mean? It means that most people don't want to drive further. Most people want to work with somebody who is local and near them. Does that make sense? Right? We feel the same, correct? With 84% of searches being discovery search, you should make your Google Business Profile appealing to new customers and returning customers. This is already a second level, meaning, okay, let's say we make sure that a lot of people find you. Now you need to make sure that Google Business, which is like a little mini site, is very appealing. If it's not appealing, even though somebody found you, they might say, yeah, this business doesn't look impressive. It's your reviews, for example. It's the images. It's the text that you have there. But that's very easy to set up. And complete listings are 7 times more likely to get clicks than those left unfinished. Listings, first off, is your Google Business Profile, right? If it's not filled with all the information, you would get much less clicks, but it's also other listings that you might have. You might be on ZocDoc, you might be on Facebook, right? And you want all these listings to have the same information and a lot of nice information, meaning images, videos if you want. 86% of people look for the location of the business through Google Maps. It's a staggering number, right? 92% of all global searches take place in Google. That last stat is just to give you a little bit more flavor. But if you want to choose a few main stats that I want you to kind of stick in your head is 78% of location-based mobile searches resulted in an offline purchase, about 8 out of 10. 72% of local searchers visit a business within 5 miles. If you marry the two of them, you get one result. You get one answer. You have to do this, right? Does that make sense to you? Let me give you a little bit more info about these types of local searches, okay? Why Near Me works. Near Me searches are location to searches queries that often take place by someone who is ready and able to make a purchase, okay? We just talked about it. 7 or 8 out of 10, okay? Near Me searches like Dentist Near Me, which is hyperlocal, or Dentist San Jose, which is a bit wider, but they both search with a very high intent of purchase, right? We just mentioned that in one of the stats. Your business is one zip code, but your customers are located all around you, okay? And this is where our solution and our technology go way beyond what you might have got from competitors of ours or other people that talk to you about search marketing. It's one thing to appear in the top 3 locations when somebody's searching exactly in your zip code, right? That's pretty easy. But what if they're 3 miles away or 4 miles away? What if, it's a grid? Imagine a grid. Your business is in the middle. It's like a 7 or 8 by 8 mile grid with a 4-mile radius. And here in the corner, or there in the corner, right? Or like just after your initial zip code or initial mile radius, they don't find you. You're losing on a ton of business. A ton. Okay? And what we can do is with pretty immediate results. Most of our businesses rank very high. You'll see meaningful results within 45 to 60 days. You'll see meaningful results, meaning you move from having potentially very little top ranking on the grid. And we'll show you the grid. Everything is trackable. I'll show you in a second. To having, 7 by 7 mile grid where you're in the top 3, top 5 businesses on the entire grid. So if somebody's searching 4 miles away from you for a dentist near me, even though there might be a dentist near to them, you'll still show up in the top. How amazing is that, right? So what we're actually doing is we're bringing in a lot of local traffic to a wider radius around your location. And like you saw, that traffic is the most high-quality traffic. 8 out of 10 actually purchase something after the search. And like we said, you don't need to sign a 6-month agreement or a 12-month agreement. It's month to month, and within 45 to 60 days, you'll see a huge, meaningful uplift. How would you see it? First, you're going to see a report, a visual report, that shows you the exact changes in the grid from where you were to where you are. Second, you'll actually see more traffic and calls coming from your Google profile listing. Okay, and that's the way we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it by tracking call volume, by tracking website clicks, by tracking search metrics, discovery search, and listings on the map. You're actually going to see it in statistics and data, not just, hey, I made another sale this month, which is cool. This is another way to estimate if we're good or not, but you'll actually see how much value we're bringing you very, very fast. Again, to give you some color about us as a business, we've been around for a long time. We've been doing local search, helped thousands of businesses. And here's an example of a local spotlight, a company called By State Pest. It's a pest control company, and within about 60 days of the time they joined us, they got more than 3 times extra views. More than 2,784% rise in searches for their Google business profile because more people are getting that GBP in a wider area. 120% more calls. Think about it for a second, okay? If you were telling yourself today, let's say you're making, X amount of dollars. I'm just saying, let's say I don't want to say a number, whatever the number is, and that number represents a certain amount of inbound traffic, right? Inbound calls, inbound leads. Now, what if we can more than double that? Think about what that would mean for your business. Doubling that high-quality traffic, high-quality calls and visits to your website would be doubling the amount of money that you're making. And just imagine, even if we can add 25% to the amount of money that you're making today. And our service is a very affordable service, so you can have a good return on your investment. You won't believe it. Another example, Local Spotlight is dog walking. You can see how we increase their views by more than 1,000%, 870% rise in searches, 100% more calls, which is critical, 74% more website visits. Here we have a CBD store, right? And these are not easy to promote. The competition is fierce in this industry. And as you can see, we got their views up by more than 250%. More discovery searches, more than 700%. 14% more calls, 111% more website visits, because a lot of these things are online orders, and that's a huge, huge change for them. Imagine the uplift in sales as a result of that, right? So what's our process? The process is pretty simple, very non-invasive, and very fast to implement. Like I mentioned before, there are two things that we basically do. One is we need to do some slight optimization to your Google business profile and potentially your website. The website needs to be reviewed. Obviously, we'll only do that after we start working together, because it is work. So we might need to do a little bit of optimization on the website, not something too extreme. I'll give you an example. Let's say the main GBP category. Google has categories for the different business profiles. Let's say the main business profile category you want to be under is dentist, and your website does not have a page where it says dentist in the URL. Just dentist, and in that page itself doesn't have an H1, H2, and H3, with dentist-related keyword being set up, which you might have heard is called meta tags. It's just an example. So the same category should appear on your Google and your website. Another example, your name on your website is different than your name on your Google business profile. They need to be exact, okay? As you can see, these are not very evasive optimizations and would not create any change on the website. Obviously, the changes will generate immediately more traffic and more sales for you, but from a visual perspective, they won't hurt the website. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of optimization on the GBP and potentially a little bit on the website. The second thing, and this is key, this is our technology, our core system. This is how we have an edge over others, is we start activating our system on about 5 to 7 keywords we choose together. Once we rank those keywords up and make this grid that you see here, which is orange and red, and you see it has numbers. The numbers represent ranking. The middle of the grid is where your business location is, and every number is a 1-mile radius. We need to get this entire grid green, and most of it between 1 to 3. The top 3 ranking being the ones that will spike your traffic immediately. And that's our technology, and usually we can do it within 45 to 60 days if you also allow us access to the Google business profile and the website to make those little tweaks that we need to do. And we can do that extremely fast. Now, what's cool about this system is we're going to provide you with a report of whatever the keywords that we choose. Let's say we go with dentist San Jose, dentist near me, and dentist, right? Just dentist, your company name, your clinic name, and maybe dental implant San Jose and dental implant near me. But we start with those 7. The minute we get those ranking on most of this grid in number 1 to 5, let's say 1 to 3, then we can rotate to another keyword, which is a big moneymaker for you. How do we know which keyword is a big moneymaker for you? Before we start, we make a little analysis that we share with you, and we show you, hey, this keyword brings this amount of volume of traffic, and it costs in ads this cost per click. So if a keyword brings only 10 visits a month, right, that's not really a keyword we want to go after. If a keyword, let's say it brings, 100 clicks a month or more in your vicinity, or 1,000 clicks a month, that's very interesting. And also, the higher the CPC, the cost to advertise, the better it is for us because we're saving you a ton of money. So let's say a cost per click is $5, and let's say that there's 1,000 searches. To buy that traffic from Google and ads, you would be paying $5,000 a month. And remember, this is one of the better quality trafficking we can get. 25% increase in your quality traffic. 8 out of 10 people are buyers. You're going to see a tremendous lift in sales, right? And as I gave you the example before, it's also a fraction of what advertising can cost you. Look, this is where I want to remind you, no long-term commitments. Month to month, you just need to give us a 30-day notice and you can stop at any time. And within 60 days, you're going to see meaningful results. What do you think about that? So let's move forward. If you are interested to know more about our Near Me Booster service, you can book a free consultation call with one of our team, and we can see how we can improve your ranking and make you some money. It's easy to book an appointment, and it only takes a few minutes to do. Just click the button below this video and book your free consultation call today.